September 16th marks 1 year since the death of 22-year-old Mahsa Amini in Iran. Her death sparked protests across the country, spiraling into some of the worst political turmoil since the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Here's a look at the protests and what's changed since. Protests began soon after the September 16th death of Kurdish Iranian Mahsa Amini. She had been arrested by morality police in Tehran 3 days earlier for allegedly violating Iran's mandatory Islamic dress code and died in their custody. News of her death circulated on social media, sparking protests at her funeral and then across the country, with demonstrators chanting "Woman, Life, Freedom." The protesters targeted symbols of the Islamic Republic, burning pictures of Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and chanting "Death to the dictator." Women and girls took off and burned their headscarves, revolting against laws obliging women to cover their hair and wear loose-fitting clothes. Security forces restricted access to messaging apps and confronted the protesters using tear gas, clubs, and in some cases, live ammunition. Rights groups said over 500 people, including 71 minors, were killed, hundreds wounded, and thousands arrested. Iran carried out 7 executions linked to the unrest. Authorities have said dozens of security forces were killed. Although morality police largely vanished from the streets after Amini's death, they returned when the protests fizzled out. Surveillance cameras were also installed to identify and penalize unveiled women. Activists have also accused authorities of a campaign to intimidate and instill fear by arresting, summoning for questioning, threatening, or firing people connected to the protests. Many Iranians say the number of unveiled women continues to grow, and that has parliament considering longer prison terms and harsher penalties.